That's right, Tom. We are on Ridgefield Drive in Roswell, where this SWAT situation has been developing. We're at the command headquarters, if you will, but before we got here, we came in on the other side, and that's where we saw a police officer crouched down, taking cover behind his squad car. The house was in that direction. The house is in this direction now. He was down like that because he said, this is a dangerous area. It was much less secure than this location. He said, back away. We did. We came around to this area where we see a number of the vehicles gathered here. As our video shows you now, we're talking about SWAT from a number of different agencies, and they are waiting to see what happens with this SWAT situation. We're told it started when a man and his girlfriend got involved into some kind of domestic confrontation. Authorities say neighbors heard a number of shots fired, and that the woman, the girlfriend, got out of the house safely, but then that the man barricaded himself in the house alone. As far as we know, authorities are telling us they do believe he is in there alone, and right now they are saying that no one has been hurt as far as they know. But if you live in this area, they're asking residents of this area to stay inside their homes if they can, if they're in this immediate vicinity, and obviously if they're coming to this area, they won't be able to get through the squad over here, the police squad line, which has been set up to keep everyone safe. Authorities are telling us they're going to take it slow and easy, methodical, as SWAT always does, to try and talk this man out of this place safely. We'll stay on the story, but that's what we know for now. In Roswell, I'm George Franco, Fox 5. George?
Russ, the expert, and the addict both tell me heroin use has jumped in the suburbs because kids have access to prescription meds. Many are opiate-based like heroin, which becomes the next step in a downward spiral that knows no boundaries. Are you still a heroin addict?
Yeah, I am a heroin addict, but I'm a recovering heroin addict.
Jordan says once an addict, always an addict. The Afghan war vet is clean and sober 2 years since putting a needle in his arm. He remembers being in and out of jail, stealing from parents, anything for the next fix. And he doesn't distinguish between his heroin use and that of Corey Monteith, the Glee star who overdosed on heroin and alcohol in a Vancouver motel room.
Junkies die every day, to be honest with you. You know, it's something that we see a lot. Every couple months I'm going to a funeral.
It's always sad to me when I see anybody that doesn't get it and ends up dying.
Rusty Gray has seen the deaths of court-ordered or voluntarily admitted addicts to St. Jude's Recovery Center in Atlanta. As vice president of clinical services, he helps treat about 1,300 addicts a year. Some, like Jordan, are success stories. Many are not.
There's a lot of people that live everyday lives that struggle with this.
Heroin, we are told, is no longer the stereotypical street drug it was, say, 20 years ago. It has transitioned into the suburbs.
A large increase that we've seen is, you know, the younger kids in the suburbs. Kids that may look to be doing okay in high school, but you may see certain things slipping.
Like Jordan, who went to heroin when the high from prescriptions like oxycodone was not enough. Now he hopes the death of Corey Monteith sends a message to kids who may emulate the Hollywood star.
You know, if you're willing to try to do something about your life, you know, you can get better. It's not a death sentence.
Jordan tells me isolation is the enemy of addicts, which is why support is so important. If you'd like to get some help, you can contact the St. Jude Recovery Center. We've linked their website to ours, myfoxatlanta.com. Live tonight in Control A, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News. Some might say neighbors of Dobbins Air Reserve Base would expect to experience the sights and sounds of a military installation, but they don't listen to this in the morning. That's what you hear in the morning?
Yes, that is, and I'm trying to sleep right.
Alexis Bowen says Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. she and others in this apartment complex are roused out of bed by reveille blaring from Dobbins, prompting a rash of complaints to Smyrna City Hall.
Yes.
People are saying?
They are saying it is jerking me to attention at 8 o'clock in the morning. Some people love it. Some people aren't that crazy about it.
The Air Force calls it Giant Voice, a digital upgrade to its emergency notification system to replace its antiquated 20-year-old analog alarm system.
The Air Force says Giant Voice's primary mission is to notify base personnel of emergencies at Dobbins and adjacent Clay National Guard. Its secondary mission are Reveille at 8 a.m. and Retreat the National Anthem at 4 p.m.
We have received some complaints, and we're certainly investigating those complaints to identify, where we can make adjustment.
No adjustments needed for management at this car dealership near Dobbins.
When bad storms come, we can hear them alert that, which, again, from a safety aspect, that helps.
The other aspect, Reveille and Retreat, are military traditions dating back to before the Civil War. In Cobb County, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News.
In late January of this year, Adairsville got hit by an F3 tornado. Damage, $85 million. But the town did not qualify for FEMA aid, which is why they got it done without the help of Uncle Sam.
This is your new house.
Yes, welcome. Come in.
Jackie McConnell is one of the recipients of Goodwill. She cried when she showed us her rebuilt new home. The old one, about 100 years old, was destroyed by the tornado.
This is a lot, huh?
It is.
My heart's a pitter-patter.
You can't ask for more.
And the thing is, they didn't ask again once they were told no. After the federal government turned down the town's FEMA request, word got out. Volunteers responded from Michigan, Florida, Tennessee, and other places. Students, church groups, military, all volunteers helping Adairsville rebuild.
It doesn't matter about anything. If America will work together, things will happen, and that's what happened. And also, I'm telling you, there's power in prayer.
Pastor Ken Coomer heads the church that led the rebuilding effort, organizing 6,000 volunteers who repaired 30 homes and several buildings, including Friendship Missionary Baptist Church.
I look for us to return back sometime in November.
And meet here again and pray and worship together.
Right.
Return practically free of charge. Most repairs were possible because businesses, neighbors, and strangers donated materials. The local government cut red tape in the permitting process. Now others are learning from Adairsville.
The model that was maybe put in place here is going to be followed throughout the country. We've had phone calls from around the country asking how we did it.
Within the next 2 weeks, the last of the cleanup jobs should be completed, finally leaving some time for rest and relaxation for the people of Adairsville, unless, of course, they get a calling to help somewhere else. In Adairsville, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News.